We can't, okay.
So it says that a trapezoid's formula is half of base 1 and base 2 added together, half of that times. So if you'll write a response. So when you write a response, can you see when I put a star on it?
No, we can't.
I don't think so.
Zoom.
So when you need to talk, if you'll hit unmute, that way we don't get the background because we're getting a lot of feedback. So when you want to talk, just unmute.
Mason's running right now.
Okay, thank you.
Sounds good.
So I'm hearing a lot of people say on this question that it's the half part is because you can take and cut this way and add that piece back in and make another parallelogram, or another parallelogram, or you can make a rectangle depending on the angles of if it's what kind of trapezoid. That's correct. So there are actually 4 different models that would show how that works. For example, if the trapezoid has, let me lay this down. So if the trapezoid, I'm going to put it on the screen. So if you'll look at this, where'd it go? Annotate, yeah. Okay, so if I make this one, okay. Okay, so everybody can see that that is clearly not the same on the 2 slant, right? Versus this. Okay, so look at the difference in this one. Okay, can you tell they're different? The one on the left, the 2 slants are definitely not the same angles, but the one on the right, I mean for them to be the same angle. So the one on the right, if I were to do this, if I were to cut, no, wait, sorry, hang on just a second. If I were to cut it like this on this one, I could then flip this piece upside down and then place it here, right? And it would make a parallelogram. So then we're good. But it would only be half as tall. So that's why I've got a half. That's why that half part's in the formula, right? That's why we have this. But on the other one, so we talked about this kind the other day, but on the other one, there is a different thing that works, because obviously on this one, if I were to cut it in half like this, pretend like that's half, this piece wouldn't fit in here, right? Okay, so I'm going to undo that last one. Okay, so that wouldn't work, but this would work, all right? If I were to cut off this, I could cut off a piece here, somewhere like here, and then flip this upside down and put it here and turn it into a triangle, right? You see what I'm saying? So if I were to take off this, and if you don't get this, it's okay. But I'm telling you, there are 4 reasons the formula works. The one we talked about on Tuesday is one. This is another one. That if I were to take this piece, flip it upside down, and put it here, it would become a big, a scalene triangle. Then it would be base times height, half of it, right? And wouldn't that still make this be the reason that formula works, right? Because I would be putting this base and this base together here, right? So the new triangle would be this, both these bases together, because this base would be down here now. So that's another reason the formula works as well. So the formula can work, you can prove that the formula works multiple ways. So it's cutting it in half this way and making a parallelogram, but you can also cut off this piece here and make it a big triangle. But again, half of the formula is how the triangle formula works as well. So that's why the half base 1, base 2 times the height is the reason the formula works. All right. So will you, on the Pear Deck, if you will tell me if what I just said makes sense. So just tell me if that makes sense. And I'm going to read what you said. Yes, Michaela. Yes, Courtney, that's right. Chloe, yep. Ashley, you're right. Graham, that's correct. Yes, Josie. Oh, Josie, you said that. Melis. Yep. Kylie, yes. Jayla, yes. Kiwi, Izzy, yes. Permita, yes. Okay, Fred, you see it. You see it. Makes sense. Angelo, thank you. Melis, yes. Permita, okay. Chloe. And Chloe, if there's some, yes, okay. Okay, Jayla, I can talk to you individually, okay?
Okay.
Jayla, no. Yeah, Jayla. I can wait. No, that's Michaela. Michaela, yes, I can talk to you individually, Michaela, okay? Liam, Lincoln, you good? All right, I'm gonna move to the next slide. So here comes the next slide. All right, so let me clear out my stuff. Clear drawings. All right, so on here, will you give me a response to does the formula here still work even though this parallelogram is on a diagonal? So the question is, does the formula work here even though the the trapezoid is on a diagonal? That's the question. And obviously, of course it does. Obviously it still works. So let's figure out what are the things on here that I need. So do I need A? Yeah, because that would be my base 1. Okay, so I need this number. I also need this number. Okay, I do not need this number. No to that. Okay, correct. All right. I do need this number. Do I need this number?
No.
No, I do not need that number. So that number is a no sign. But I do need, okay, I'm getting a little faster. I do need this number, right? Yeah, that's correct. All right, so I'm moving to the next slide. Okay, let's practice one. Okay, so you should have a link to go to. You should get a web link. And that web link should give you that little calculator to check to see, is this correct? So if you'll plug in the numbers on the website, on that link, this number, and this number, and see if it gives you the answer of 36.
Excuse me, Mr. P. My Pear Deck is stuck.
Oh,
It's on just a blank green.
Yes, it gives
dark
36.
screen.
okay, so
Isn't
let
that what it's supposed to?
okay, so hold up. Let me, can anybody, is the website not coming? Nobody can see it?
The website came for me.
The website came.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a link at the bottom.
There's a
Refreshing
blank
doesn't work.
screen on the right
Okay.
side, and underneath it, when it says viewing, and then it gives you a website, and you tap on that link.
Yeah.
Yay.
Or
You
you
click
just
the
go
link
to
and
the,
it'll go
or
to
you
the
just
area
go to the
trapezoid.
photo under the
Okay,
photo is
do
great.
this. Do this. I'd never used the website piece before, so if you can get the website and plug it in, great.
That's
If
mine.
not, I'm going to send it on text, and you can get it that way.
Okay, so it's going to be blank, and then at the bottom there's a little tab that has little pair, and it says viewing. You just click on that link.
Okay, thank you, Izzy.
I don't have a link at the bottom of mine.
It doesn't say like viewing and then www.google.com/ the
Uh-oh.
etc.
I'm sending my picture on the group chat.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to get it on my phone here.
This is my screen. I just sent it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Graham, try using the link I just put on.
Maybe what's on mine?
And see if y'all can verify that that plugs in and works. Because 6 times 2 is 24. I mean, sorry. 6 plus 12 is 18 times 2 is 36. Or 6 plus 12 is 18. Half of that, 9. 9 times 4 is 36. Either way, it works, right? Everybody good on that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to move to the next slide. And okay, so now on this one, if you will go ahead and give me the correct area on here. So tomorrow we're going to go into area of composite figures. So that's why I wanted today do one more day of just making sure you're good on the area of trapezoids, parallelograms, triangles, rectangles. Because those are the 6th grade ones you have to know. And the next 6th grade skill is you have to do it where you have to decompose a complex figure and figure out the area with the separate pieces.
Mr. P, mine isn't working.
What's not working?
My web link, it's just still stuck on that picture I sent you.
Okay, so you can't get Pear Deck back?
I can't get Pear Deck back. I refreshed it like 4 or 5 times.
So do this. Put in Pear Deck, the joinpd.com again,
Okay.
and then put in the SGRJR and see if you can put in where we are. And Graham, if you can't, if it won't do that, you can just watch the screen and text me individually if that won't work.
It's still taking me to the exact same, so yeah. I'll just send you the iMessage.
Yes, please. Probably clearing out your browsing history might help, but for now, just send it to me on text.
Sounds good.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm getting different answers. So I'm getting 10, I'm getting 63, I'm getting 32 and a half, I'm getting 26, 65. So remember, think about what it is you're doing here. So I'm not multiplying all those together, correct? Right, I'm not multiplying all those together. So hopefully you are adding this and this together, which is 13. Agree? And then half of 13 is 6.5, right? And then I'm doing times 5. And then what's 6.5 times 5?
Graham, I think you might have put
It's
your
32.5.
32.5, right?
Yeah, that's what I got.
So if you got 32.5, that is correct. Okay, if you did not get 32.5, can you analyze what you did? So let me say that again. If you didn't get 32.5 square centimeters, can you look back and think through what did you do that gave you a different answer?
Hey, Mr. P. This isn't a triangle, so it doesn't get halved. So I thought that was the equation for the triangle.
Okay.
I thought,
Okay, Graham. So you add the base at the top and the base at the bottom together, half
yeah,
that number, and then multiply that times the height.
I thought that was the equation for the triangle.
Okay, so here's the triangle. Triangle is half base times height, right?
Oh, half times base on height. Okay.
Okay, this formula is half of B1 plus ignore the train, B2,
Times height.
and then that times the height.
Okay. Thank you.
See, they're different, right?
Yeah.
The train. Does that make sense, Graham?
Yeah. Thank you.
Izzy or Ashley or Josie or Lincoln, are
Graham,
y'all good? Because you haven't responded on that.
did
Yeah.
Graham mean to put his answer inside the group chat?
Oh,
Yeah, it's okay. Just send it to me individually.
awkward.
All right.
I thought that was Mr. P since they have the same name.
Okay. So could someone volunteer to walk us through the answer process here? Here's why. Because several people got this wrong. Most got it right, but there were still a few that got it wrong. So we want to verify for the ones who didn't get 32.5 why we did get 32.5. Could somebody volunteer to unmute themselves and talk us through it? Jayla.
So you have to add 9 and 4.
Yep.
Which is 12. Then divide that by half. And that's 6. And then wait.
So it's 13, and then that's 6.5.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you multiply that by 5.
Yeah. Okay. That's correct. Mason, are you there?
I do not know.
Okay, Ashley, can you tell us, answer this question for us? If I were to, so if I add 4 and 9, that's 13, and I half it, that's 6.5. Would it also work if I just kept the 13 and half the 5? Would I still get the same answer?
Yes.
Yes. I can't tell who said that, but that's right. Yes, it would. So could someone tell me why it would be okay if I half this? Hang on. Why would it be okay if I half the height but don't half the two bases? Why would it still work? Could someone tell me why? Someone who hasn't shared. Who would be willing to tell me that?
They cut off the rest of. They cut off the 9 centimeters and the 5. So
So, okay. So it works because it depends on if I'm cutting it into a big triangle or if I'm cutting it into a flipped parallelogram, right? But there's another reason too. It's called commutative property, right? Did anybody think of that? It's commutative property too, because doesn't multiplication have commutative property? And aren't I just multiplying either the parentheses part or I'm gonna half the other part, right? Yeah, okay, that's why. All right, let's move to the next one. I don't want to run out of time. All right, and if I do, we do. Okay, so you should get another one. All right, so one of those pieces I don't need, if you'll tell me, on this one though, it's gonna have you to draw it. So if on this one, if you will draw a no sign over the thing we don't need to use, which of those measurements are we not supposed to use? Okay, we got 10 minutes. So if you'll draw over the one you're not supposed to use. Okay, let me go through here. Yes, Fred. Yes, Melis. Yes, Angelo. Yep, Jayla. Yep, Liam. Yep, Michaela. Josie, right. I'm not fooling any of you guys. Okay, yep, everybody's right. Yeah, that's the one you would draw over. You would not use this one. That one is not there. Could someone that hasn't talked chime in and tell me why I don't use that one? Why am I not using the 5 there? And notice I purposely gave you one where there were 2 5s, but it's this. I would use this 5. Why not?
You're not using that 5 because it's not a base.
Or a height.
It's not a height. It's
So-
slanted.
Not a height or a base. It's not the half. It doesn't have anything to do with the situation.
Okay. And I heard somebody say it's slanting. That's correct. The height will never be slanting from the base. The height always has to be perpendicular from the base. And you know it's perpendicular if it has this mark. Does anybody remember what Dr. Parsons chimed in on Monday and said in the background? Probably don't. He said, never assume something unless it's marked on the diagram, right? So could someone tell me one, can you draw still? Okay, if you can draw again, will you please put the mark on the diagram of what is the one other mark that should be there? Let's see if anybody knows what the mark is that we need to have still there. There's a mark that's missing.
I'm getting
Can
sign
you
at.
say that again?
Should
Yeah.
or shouldn't?
Will you draw on the drawing in and mark? 2 lines need a mark on them. What's the mark and which 2 lines need a mark?
Bluetooth.
Because it is a trapezoid, right?
Yeah. Kind of. Wait, I see it. Oh, I see.
Okay, Fred, yeah.
Bluetooth.
Mark the right things, but it's not the right, there's a different mark. Melis, that's the correct mark.
Manly.
Jayla, yes.
What's up, man?
It's over there.
Josie, yes. Betty, yes. Kylie,
What's that?
Yes.
I got my IT director who's sighing at me because the earpods are.
See.
okay.
Do
Somebody's
that.
got somebody talking in the background.
Yeah.
I think that's you.
But anyway, well, why don't we
Oh, that's
we'll
not
worry
me.
about it after this.
Hold on.
I'm going to mute everybody. So now, if you need to talk, just unmute yourself because we were getting some background stuff. All right, I'm going to move on to the next one. Do y'all like the drawing tool slide option? I think that's a good one to use.
No, I don't.
I
Okay.
Yes, I like it. I like
I
it.
like-
yeah.
Okay,
No, I
one more. Now you've got 5 numbers. So you only need 3 of them. Can you quickly figure out what is the area of this trapezoid? Even though you got 5 numbers, only 3 of them need to be used. 2 of them are not necessary. Which 2 are not necessary? Think in your mind which 2 you don't need. Remember, after this is over, give me about 4 or 5 minutes to get the new Zoom up and the GIM kit up. We're done. And it will cut us off. We only have like 4 minutes left. And I'll zoom to the GIM kit. We'll do the figurative language one first, and then we'll do the sports teams one next. I've got like soccer and football and basketball and baseball in it.
When will we do the kit collab?
We can do it after that if you want.
Are we gonna do the 2 truths and a lie?
That's what he just said, the kit collab.
Wait, can we take that one for tomorrow?
No more game kit.
Okay, I was planning to do the 2 truths and lies tomorrow because I've got to add some more into it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. I can't do it yet because I haven't got it. I've got to put some more in it and fix them.
Mr. P, I didn't get to put my 2 truths and a lie in. So can I
Okay.
still?
Yeah, if you'll text it to me, I'll type it in.
Yeah,
Okay.
neither. I didn't get an option.
You can
get to
text
do
it to me. Text them to me. That was yesterday.
Mr. P, isn't Friday a weekend technically?
Hey, Kiwi, did you say something?
I said, isn't Friday a weekend?
Tomorrow is Friday.
I know, I said, isn't Friday a weekend?
Technically.
No.
Yeah, because
So
it's
we're having lessons tomorrow.
I know.
Kiwi,
Yeah.
Friday neighbors the weekend. It isn't the weekend, I don't think.
No, it is the
Okay.
weekend.
I'm
Because
off
it's
task
the end
here.
of the
Look
week.
at the responses.
It does not matter. We're doing work.
Therefore, every day after
All right.
Wednesday is
So, 7 and 5 are the 2 I did not need because they're slanted. I needed to add the 6 and 8, and that makes 14. Half of 14 is 7. 7 times 4 is 28. So a lot of you said 28 is the square units. That's correct. And if you said 7 and 5 are not necessary, that's correct too. All right. Last one. Right. You should have a multiple choice, right? Did you get a multiple choice?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and multiple choice your answer. Says waiting for responses. I hope we're working still. Kayla, I love your sparkle fan in the background. Oh, cool. It's going to show me what everybody's, okay. So the majority of you're picking the same one. All right, let me give you 15 more seconds and I'm gonna go to the next one before we run out of time. Got one more. We'll do number 2. No. All right.
What?
Mr. D, we already ran out of time.
They good? I think we can do one more because I have 7, but I think we can try to get one more in. Okay, most of you picked, I think all but one of you said B, and that's correct because I would say 8 plus 15, which is 23, half of 23, which is 11 and a half times 9, and that gives 103.5. Okay, last one, try this. And if it cuts off the Zoom, go ahead and answer it. And then, as I said, I'll be back with the GIM kit Zoom and the GIM kit code. Give me about 3 or 4 minutes. All right, so I'm gonna close this one out, and then I'll see y'all back in a couple minutes. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. See you in a minute.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.